Hi FlossTube, how are we doing today? It is Friday the 18th of December. My children have finished school today. They've all packed up and done. I've learnt that they're having a staggered return. So one of them goes back on the 4th, the eldest goes back on the 4th, and the other two go back on the 11th. I believe there's going to be mass testing of comprehensive school age or high school aged kids as they go back. So there's a staggered start, and I'm assuming they're all going to get tested and allowed back into school if they're negative, I suppose. But we shall see how that gets on. Like, you know, in 3 weeks. I have a sore finger. Can you see how swollen it is? I caught it. I've actually got my hands completely duffed up. I scalped that knuckle. I don't know what on, and it's been weeping. And then this one here, I cut on the blade of the food processor as I was washing it. Should have just shoved it in the dishwasher, but I wanted to reuse it. Cakes went really well, went down really well. I actually made a batch of 24 chocolate fudge cupcakes last night, and with the tray bake I'd made earlier in the day, yeah, they were a much better success than the slightly lacking the flour ones I'd made earlier, which have all been eaten by various humans in this house, so they didn't go to waste. They were just very fudgy. I'll pop a little picture in here of the cakes if I can edit out all the crap in the background. Hang on. Cake's one of the things I do. I've had, if you think about it, I've got 4 kids. The eldest is about to turn 18, so there's 17 birthday cakes there, 14 cakes, 12 cakes and 8 cakes. I've done lots of birthday cakes. Cake's one of the things that I'm getting, you know, reasonably confident at. We used to run British cycling events as well when we had a bike shop. I don't even know if I've told you about that. Certainly not in Flossmas, but I don't think I've got anybody new since Flossmas. I've got a lot of people less. So I've talked about it a bit in some of my older floss tubes, but we used to run a bike shop, and for a while we were doing British cycling road races, and I'd put on a spread, so I used to make quantities of cake. Anyway, long story short, hurt my finger. It's swelled up. It's my right hand, so it's a pain in the arse. And I've got a plaster on it because it was weeping on my stitching. So I've got the mad urge to take my ring off, and it's making me crazy because I know it's not going to go over my swollen knuckle. So I'm trying not to think about it. Anyway, how have you all been today? Oh, it's been all right. Been all right today. I thought I'd done my last day at my original job, my painting, but thanks for all the lovely comments about that. Now, I am just a worker for them. The painting, the paint, the designs, they're not my designs, they're not my colours. I simply mix the colours to match a sample, and I can paint it. It's a very peculiar resin-based paint. It's very like painting with nail varnish. So you've got to be quick and you've got to be neat, but it's literally painting by numbers. So it's something you can do lots and lots of. Yeah, but that's what I do for a job. So as you can see, I did say in my very first floss tube, it is a bit of a dream job. It's just sometimes the people are a little bit testy. Otherwise it would be perfect. And to that end, I'm probably working on Monday. Yippee. We were meant to be finished today. For every other Christmas, we've knocked off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We get a free afternoon where we get paid for the afternoon when we don't actually have to be in there. I mean, now with furlough and everything, we get paid for our afternoons if we're not there. But this was like our special things to finish at 1, and you got your 3 hours paid. Yeah, it didn't happen today. We got pushed out at about 3:30, so only a half an hour early, and it was like, oh, out now, let's go. So I was frantically putting all the lids, making sure the lids were screwed down on my paint, because obviously if I don't go in on Monday, it's going to be 3 weeks at least till I get back, and my paint's like sitting there. And because they're in like litre plastic bottles, and if I don't put the lid back on tight, the paint, so anyway, some of them are nearly run out. I'm going to have to make more anyway when I get back, and I need to show the girl I'm training up to be me how to do it anyway. So I got back and I powered down and had to sleep. I put Jan Hicks the second part of her whip parade, which I've missed about 3/4 of because I just went, oh, it's Jan, and I was fast asleep. She's got one of those melodic voices, you know, so that was me out cold. Woke up, had my tea, and I've been stitching since then. I had a lovely bit of time actually with Lizzie, my middle girl, who tends to stay in her, she sits on her bed a lot and draws. She sat with me on my bed and we watched A Room with a View, which is one of my very favourite movies of all time. I absolutely love it. I do all the lines, makes Lizzie crazy, but I do all the lines to it because it's just a brilliant, it's beautiful movie, and it's just really great. So I sat and stitched. So let me show you some stitching. We're quite a way in, and I'll show you some stitching now. I have a finish. I have finished the Patchwork Deer. So that is my second finish of Flossmas. There he is. The chalk is done. The yellow snow and the white snow is done. So I'm calling that one. I've trimmed my fabric, trimmed it off where I put the extra margin on, so I can put it into my Q-snap, and he is done. Very pleased. And I've got a little skinny piece left, which is more than big enough to put a skinny ornament, another nutcracker, because it is 40 count, so it's bigger than it looks, that little bit. Plus I never throw anything away, so I would obviously be keeping that anyway. And then when I finished the white stitching, I went back to Merry Minty Christmas, or whatever it's called, Merry and Minty, and I'm not far off finishing that one now. I did the candy canes, I finished Rudolph, I did the cross stitch for his nose, and then I went over it again so it's really prominent. I stitched all of Santa. All his stitches are in, and I did the candy canes. So all I've got left to do is the top border, which is this candy cane border. I've got the white to fill in from there and from there, and I've got the little holly leaves to fill in either side of these there, and there's snowflakes, and then he's carrying a string of lights which I'll do the back stitch for, and I'm going to put beads on for that, and then the top little candy cane border along the top, I'm going to do it as it should be, and I have a funny feeling that's going to fit into a standard 4x6. We'll see. I've got a lot of IKEA 2-packs of the standard 4x6s, which are just over there. I can reach them quicker than I can stop the movie. Hang on. Standard IKEA pine rams. We've all got these, I'm sure, but I'm thinking he is going to fit, I'm sure, just about perfectly. He is going to fit almost perfectly in there. So what I'll do, this is a 2-pack. As you can see, I go to IKEA, buy things, see things, buy them. These are literally, what, £1.75 or something for the 2. And I'll just go through to Maddie's room, steal some acrylic, pick a colour, and paint out the frame and just slam him in there. So that'll be him. He's the only one that's going to fit in one of those frames. This one's square, and the other one, the hair is square as well, so a bit more difficult to find a square frame. And Robin's on a go slow. He's making a mirror. He's had an off-cut piece of mirror from work, because we do a lot of mirrors as well as the painted items. There's basically 3 branches to the business. There's the painted glass, there's mirrors, and there's like photographs of the glass, which you buy they're like a car sticker, but you stick them on your window, so it's like a photographic representation of a hand painted item. They're quite good. I really like doing some of the pictures you saw were samples that were photographed to make those plastic things, and they are the best they're going to be, because it's not a fast, you're painting one perfect one rather than 100, which obviously they get a bit more splooshy random if you do 100 of something rather than one. But but they're the special ones. They're the ones I really like painting, especially those very intricate rose windows. I love those. Yeah, went off piste. Mirrors. Yes, so we do these mirrors. So we do some really big mirrors, but we had these really old mirrors that had been like bumped and chipped and scratched and stuff, and I was just like, why are we keeping these? So my boss cut some smaller mirrors down from the unscratched bits, and there were these big offcuts that were actually fine but totally the wrong size. And I said to him, he said, go and put them in the skip. And I said, that's a bit of a waste. He said, do you want them? So I said, oh, I'll take them off your hands if you don't want them. So I've got these 2 big bits of mirrors. So he's framing one of them for my sister for Christmas. Brilliant. Free present. And I mean, don't mean free present, I mean beautiful handmade present. And the other one, he'll make a really chunky, probably a live edge, you know, where you've got the bark around the edge. That'll be for us. But yeah, got given. I didn't pinch them. He gave them to me, so that was fine. So actually done some stitching today. Yay! And then of course we've got our box, which I've just done. It's 10:20, but because I've had a little nap, I'm good to stay up now, and I'll actually get round to processing the movie. I keep calling it a movie. It's like a YouTube video. Losing the plot. Here's number 18, and I've done a couple of baubles and one of these, which is on the pattern a lot. Very pretty. I thought it was time for a dingle dangle, because we've got a dingle dangle in number 7, and I think there's another one, isn't there, where there's a, yes, 12's got the dingle dangles, and then there's pine cones in 10 that are hanging as well. I suppose that one's hanging. So there's a few with the hanging things. So we've got 18, 19, 20, 21. So I need to do 22, 23 and 24. I really should trim this fabric now, because I've still got a huge piece in the middle, which I'll use for something else. And I need to finish. This is the 3rd of the 3 that I was going to do, and then Merry and Minty turned up as well. So he's next on my list. He's next on my list. So that's my stitching. I've also got a mad hankering to go back to my Kingdom of Books, but I should have a lot more time. Not tomorrow. I'm working 9 till 4 tomorrow, and I'm working 8 till 4 on Sunday. So 2 nice long shifts, which is really good right before Christmas. And I can wear my Christmas dress on Sunday, because they call it the Texas Scramble. I've no idea what it is, but it's a competition, and it's the Christmas jumper one. So everyone's going to be wearing Christmas jumpers. So I said, can I wear my Christmas dress? Because I have a Christmas dress. It's one of those ridiculous dresses from Amazon, which is, it's actually really nice. I wear it I've only ever worn it on Christmas Day, and this will be its 3rd year. So it's going to get worn probably twice at work and Christmas Day this year, so it's going to get 3 outings this year. But and I'm going to wear it I will wear it on Sunday and show you my silly dress. It's a really silly dress, but I love it. So I'll do that on Sunday. But other than that, unless I'm called in, what we're going to do on Monday, I'll get up as normal, and if there's internet orders or anything that they need printed or painted in that they haven't got in stock, say somebody's ordered something, everything's usually made to order, but they have a huge stock, you know, stuff, say Cathedral orders 16 of something, we'll do 20, so 20 will get printed, 20 will go out to the painter, 20 will get made, 16 will go for the order, and 4 will go on the shelf. So there's lots of little bits on the shelf. So if they've got something that's on the shelf that's been ordered, that's fine. But if it's something that needs to be made, then my manager will give me a tinkle. I'll put on my shoes, I'll get in the car, and I'll drive to work, and obviously they'll pay me for any hours I'm in there. So ding. So that's good. I'm sitting cuddling my stitching pillow, something I've never shown, I don't think. Now, oh crikey, what's she called? Quilt roadie, stitch roadie lady, Anna. She is gorgeous. I've got to be in the mood for her, but if I'm in the mood for her, I will watch 4 or 5 of her floss tubes in a run. She's just brilliant. She's gone absolutely bananas about cross stitch. I also have watched quite a lot of her quilting floss tubes. They're not floss tubes when it's quilting, whatever the quilters call themselves. And she has one of these on her lap all the time, and it's 2 squares that you sew together in a zigzag. So instead of sewing the 2 squares, hang on, I don't have squares, but I have a square box. Instead of sewing the 2 squares together like that, you sew them together like that, so that that bit, and you just manipulate it. She's got the best tutorial. If you go and find her on Quilt Roadies, she has got the best tutorial for this. And I made it, and because it sits, you've got to really stuff it hard, but it sits really big. So sometimes when I'm a bit stiff up here, I've actually got quite strong muscles up here because I used to ride a road bike. So you get used to sitting like this, riding along, so these muscles get quite strong. So I'm all right because I do sit and lean very close to my work when I stitch. But this, when I'm feeling tired or just want it a little bit higher, raises me up because I rest the edge of the Q-snap on this, or I'll put this right into my lap. I'm showing you, but you can't see. I'll kind of wedge it at an angle in my lap so that the top of my Q-snap rests on it, so it's much nearer my face. That's what I'm leaning on anyway. I just thought I'd not shown you it before. And it's just a very straight piece of piece patchwork done on the sewing machine really badly. It's really nice and neat in the middle. You can see the seams are all good, and then there's a seam along the outside there because I missed. And this bit here, I couldn't work out how to stitch it on, so I just folded it, ironed it, and that's actually stitched on the top. And then I just quilted it. Just really, let me see. Few stitching lines there. I just quilted it really quickly on the machine with a bit of batting in it, and then just stuffed it with an old pillow. Again, an IKEA cushion that had never found a cover. I found it kicking around and stuffed this with it. It's actually really nice because it's really super firm. I really like it. But yeah, Anna, the stitch roadie, quilt roadie. If you don't watch her, go and give her video a go. You'll either just she's a chatterer as well. I think quite how like I do. You know, she just rambles on and then goes, oh, stitching here, look at this, and oh look, I bought this, without constantly just going haul, pattern. You know, it's yeah, she's good. I like watching her, but I say I've got to be in the mood. That yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I haven't done yet. Yes, there is. You all know what I haven't done yet, and I'm determined not to forget. We've only got a few days. Hey guys, we've only got 6 days left. I'm gonna have to pull my finger out and get on with. Ooh, I have no more cards. Somebody pick a letter. Think of a letter. What haven't I done yet? There. I don't mind if it's a letter or a number. That one. That'll do for today. This is my Peed glitter pen. They are really actually very glittery. I got these on an Amazon deal last year, and that's today's. As I say, I don't mind if you call it as a letter or a number. I'm not going to. It's going to be good enough either way. You see what I mean? If you've bothered to watch these through enough to have noted down that many of them so far, good on you. You're going in my dip. You know, I'm not going to be a, oh, that was a capital letter and not a number kind of thing. I'm not going to do that. Hang on, just get my coffee. Just get my coffee. So, in any normal year, we wouldn't be here today, because on the day we break up from school, we go to Centre Parks. But not this year. I'm so sad. Not this year. Centre Parks is a place you go and stay in there. There's 4 or 5 of them in the UK. There's quite a few in Holland. I know that, in the Netherlands, sorry. And it's basically like a little holiday park, and it's basically wooden cabins in a forest, and then there's like a central hub that's a dome, and under that and in there there's restaurants, there's a couple of boutique shops, there's a little supermarket, which, you know, don't shop in that unless you haven't brought any milk with you. You're self-catering at these little places, but there's lots of restaurants there. And the main thing for us is there's a tropical swimming pool, and it's a place with flumes and a wave machine in the pool, and it's just so much fun. And there's an outside pool, which for us in the UK is balmy, and we go there when we finish school and we go for the weekend. So you either, when you go, because it's small and it's limited, there is a sports hall, you can do all sorts of activities there. You can go cycling, you can do climbing, you can do archery, you can play football, you can play tennis, you can we book out a squash court that you actually just get tons and tons and tons of balls, and there's like a projector and you can hit targets and stuff. We really enjoyed that last year. It was really tiring. We should have done it the first night, not the last night. There's a big bowling alley. It's the one time in the year we go bowling, because our local bowling alleys they're not very nice. But yeah, so we normally go there, and you either go midweek or weekend. So you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, leave Monday, or arrive Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, leave Friday. So you either have the midweek or you have the weekend. So we go the weekend. The kids break up from school for Christmas because it's the only time we've ever been able to get away. And although it's only the nearest one to us, which is called Winfell, it's just down the M6, it literally takes us 3/4 of an hour to get to, which is amazing for us because we're not stuck in the car long, and we have to take 2 cars. So even just popping down the motorway a couple of junctions, it's just no bother at all, and we love it. And we usually go this time of year, and this year we can't go. We're in tier 2, everything's closed. You have it. I don't even, to be honest, I haven't checked since the original lockdown because I knew it was going to not be a goer this year. It's really sad because we love it. Even just having a couple of nights in a log cabin that isn't our house is amazing. So we normally wouldn't be here, and I'll be doing a little Flossmas upload from a different bedroom in a different place. But oh, we have fun. We have such fun, and I'm so sad we couldn't go this year. I might have a few pictures from last year on my phone still. If I have, I'll put a couple on at the end, but it'll be from last year. But I don't know if I have or not. Anyway, because I've had to clear so much off my phone, most of my pictures are now scattered on the computers in the house. But it's really good fun, and not this year, so we're a little sad today. Flora was a little bit panicky when she came out of school. Don't know why. It might have just been the realisation that, you know, she's not going to see her friends for a few weeks, and I don't know, she was in a funny mood, but all's well. She's perfectly happy now at home. And as I say, those two have got 3 weeks. Don't know how long the boy's off for. I suppose better I'll find out. I'm a really hands-off mum. That's how I get so much done. My kids pretty much look after themselves now. They're that kind of age, and the boy is glued to his daddy. The only time the boy is glued to me is when he's sleeping. He likes to be he's a cuddler. Which I'm not sure how it's going to go down between the age of him not wanting to cuddle us and finding somebody of his own to cuddle. I don't know what he's going to do in that little intermediate point, because he barely spends a night not climped onto another human being. He's just one of those people. So I imagine we're going to reach the point quite soon. He's 8.5, where he's going to want to sleep in bed with his mummy and daddy, and then I'm quite sure he's going to go, oh, that's gross, I never used to do that. So we'll see. Neither of us are in a particular rush to make him grow up, because he's the baby, he's the youngest. But yeah, so I've lost my thread. Never mind, I can't even begin to remember what I was talking about. I'll have some coffee and pretend like I wasn't talking gibberish. Right, It's an even number day, so I am drawing for a box. I got my email from I'm gonna have a go. Please don't laugh at me. Karen, I think. I'm so sorry. I butchered your last name. I butchered your Christian name. I knew I was going to. Please accept my apologies and my little box of goodies. Now, Karen is from Copenhagen, which is pretty fantastic. I have been to Copenhagen just once. If you're all stitching, I'll tell you another little story. When I was a cadet in Phase 4, it was 1998. I was on a ship called the MV Selina, and it was based in the North Sea. I'd just come off a ship, a gas tanker out in the Far East that went between Japan and Brunei. Japan and Brunei and Japan and Brunei. No, that's not right. It wasn't that ship. No, that was after I'd come off the Icemeria. Anyway, I'd come off a ship and I wasn't due back at college until January, and this was the end of November. And rather than say to me, you can have an extra month's leave, they put me on a ship in the North Sea for I was on there 6 weeks, I think. And oh my goodness, it was so rough. I mean, this was quite a big ship. This ship was probably, it was a proper bona fide oil tanker. And it was 200 metres long, maybe. Oh, it was hard going. It was really hard going. Because it was it was like over Christmas. I spent Christmas in a fjord in Norway alongside, it was beautiful, but we came alongside at night. I got up Christmas morning and there was just mountain like this coming out. We were in water and it was like mountain like that either side, and there was two big tanks and mountain like that either side up the side of the fjord. And we discharged the cargo, we turned round and we went back out into the North Sea to get some more, and that was it. It was very strange. That was Christmas that year, but we did go into Copenhagen and I had one night out there. It was Christmas. It was very beautiful and very expensive is my only memory, because of course I was out with a load of sailors who wanted to go drinking. They didn't want to look around the shops, so you know, I was still, well, 1998 I'd have been 22. Yes?
I'm going upstairs.
You're going upstairs? Okay, I'm just doing my video. We'll have a snuggle in a minute, okay? 22:11, my boy's going to bed. He must be tired. I'm going upstairs. He knocked at my door. They know to knock at my door if it's shut. Anyway, so I have been to Copenhagen. That was a funny ship. We spent a lot of time in the North Sea loading oil off buoys in the North Sea and the platforms all round us. And we went into Hang Point, which is just by the Forth Road Bridge, which coincidentally is actually where Robin's from, just there. Now we're going to have a lot of movement and noise now as they're coming upstairs, so I'll try and wrap this up. We went into Birkenhead, which is Liverpool. It's the only time I've ever been into the UK on a ship. That's them just going up. As I say, he's in half of my bedroom with just a stud wall between us, so it's probably going to get quite noisy as they settle down and get the telly on and everything. And yeah, that was quite a good trip actually. I joined the ship in Malmo, so Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Britain twice, and I have a funny feeling we went down to France as well. Actually, it's the only time I've been anywhere near the UK on a ship, apart from the Icemeria, which we brought gas from Chile to Scotland. I mean, North Sea is full of natural gas, yes? Yes. We twice ran from Chile to Hang Point, basically. Called it Brayfoot Bay, same place, just by the Forth Road Bridge. Balmy. Anyway, little ship story. I will filter out some photos, and they will be ye olde photographos, because this predates digital cameras, of course, because it's a long time, because I've been ashore I've been ashore 18 years now, because my daughter's about to turn 18 and I came ashore when I was pregnant with her, so it's a grown-up lifetime ago, but that's what I used to do. And now I stitch a bit when I'm not chattering about nothing. So yeah, so I have been to Copenhagen just once, one night, and the people I was with wanted to go out drinking, and when you're very young in a city you've never been to, you kind of tag along with them. So I didn't get to look around very much, and it was night time anyway, and then back to work in the morning, and we left and we went off somewhere else to load somewhere. So that's that. So I need to do, before I go, still not finished, and I'm still talking drivel, but if you stuck with me 18 days, I'm sure you'll stick with me with my drivel for a bit longer. Ooh, my tablet needs charging again. It's been about that long. Still not used it for anything but the random number. Oh, now it's not. Well, come on, I don't want what is random number. I want the random number generator. Come on. Oh, it's having a think. I don't want it to think. Come on, load. Right. Right, here we go. Random number generator between 1 and 60. So I pulled from 3 from the video before the one that went wrong was uploaded in 2 parts. The comments from that video, the comments from the video, the unboxing of my auction that wasn't actually, thinking on buttons now. I'm thinking picture frames, not sure. But I can get like a resin mould, and I'm thinking setting buttons. We'll have a little go and we'll see what we think. They're not expensive to do. Anyway, I'm generating between 1 and 60. Let's do it. Push the button. It has picked 26 today, and 26 is another name I'm going to get wrong. I apologise in advance. I have got Kristin Meraki. Sorry, Kristin, if I have no idea. I'm going to put your name along my red shirt here. Please ping me an email. Kristin Meraki. I'm recognising your names over and over again now, because it's the same few people commenting on all my videos, which is absolutely lovely. I really truly appreciate it, because as you've watched more and more of these, you know I just blabber and blabber and blabber, and I consider myself quite a solitary, quiet person, but apparently I like to chatter. So stitch with me is going forwards, definitely, so I can just sit and blabber and we can just stitch. And yeah, I'm going to do much more floss tubes because I really enjoy them, and even doing one a day is still going to be easy 40 minutes long today, and it's just me talking. So yeah. Anyway, as you can see, I'm much brighter, much more awake and bubbly today than I have been. I've had a couple of wobbly days back there, haven't I, where I've been a little bit tired and out of it. This is much more normal for me. It's probably because I had a sleep. Thank you, Jan, for letting me sleep. I will go back and re-watch Jan's, because every time I see her projects, I'm always just noting another one down, because she likes the same colours that I like. I'm rapidly forming plans for next year. Definitely starting new starts next year. Definitely. I'm going to start collating things. Once we've got Christmas out of the way, I'm going to start collating up for a whip parade. And I'm going to start writing out where I think I have gaps and where I want new starts and what I want to do, because there's lots and lots I want to start. I think my whips are going that way quickly, and I like big pieces. So anyway, guys, I will say goodbye for today. Kristin, I'll send you your box if you send me an email with your address, and Curran, yours will be in the post to you in the morning on my way into work. Okay, thanks ever so much for watching, guys. Bye bye for now.